and welcome to episode 77, I think, of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. I am so happy that you have joined me today to chat about all of my works in progress and finished objects and new designs. It is going to be a fantastic episode. I have so many things to share per usual, but this week I finally have some finished objects and I'm really excited to share them with you. First of all, if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that, and don't forget to hit the notification bell right beside that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. I've got so many fun things planned, so please be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Also, be sure to check out all of the links in the description box below. There's going to be a link to my show notes for this episode that will be located on my blog, so that'll be down there. And then also links to some things I'm going to talk about today, social media platforms, and my other pattern shops. So definitely check out down there. There's lots and lots of good information. Today is Sunday, October 31st, and it's been a good Sunday so far. It's been a good weekend. I needed a weekend like this. It's just been a little bit more low-key. I actually had a surprise visit from my best friend who moved to Mississippi a few months ago yesterday, and it was just so amazing. I'm so grateful for that time with her. But anyway, I have lots of things to talk about today, so let's go ahead and hop into it with finished objects. Alrighty, like I said, I have multiple finished objects. I kind of hinted about the fact last week that I am at the finish line of multiple projects, and so they will definitely be done by the end of the month, and today is October 31st. It is the end of the month, which, just a little note, I am way too excited for the fact that a new month, the first of a month, starts on a Monday. That makes me so very happy. I also like it when it starts in Sunday, so today would have been November 1st. Anyway, I really love it when it happens like that. But anyway, so I have 4 finished objects to share with you guys today. And first, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is my cardigan. Oh my goodness. So, I did something crazy last week. I made myself the challenge to crochet a cardigan in a day. This is something that I have honestly been wanting to do for a while. Just kind of the theme that I've been wanting to do for a while, like making something in a 24-hour span or something along those lines. And I generally have Tuesdays off of work, and so that was kind of the day that I had set aside in my mind to be able to do that. I do a lot of work on the weekends, just business related, and so I couldn't really fit like a whole big long vlog in on one of those days. And I do a whole bunch of school on Tuesdays, but I was going to be home all day, so I decided to try to do it this Tuesday, and I vlogged the entire process, so you can see that. I will link it down in the description box so that you can check it out easily. But it was such a fun video to film. Like I said, it's been something I've been wanting to do for a while. I love filming vlogs and day in the life videos and things like that, and this was a very unique play on that same idea. So I absolutely love filming it. I hope that you have enjoyed watching it. And I definitely hope to create more videos like that. So, few details about this cardigan. This is one of my own designs. It's going to be coming out hopefully later this year. If everything goes according to my plan in my mind, I will have a tester call go live later this week. So you can subscribe to my newsletter down below if you want to get first dibs on that. But that's going to go live, and then there'll be a testing process that is quite a few weeks long, and then it will be released after that. So aiming for before the end of the year, because I really want to get this out because it's the perfect cardigan for this time of year. It is like just enough weight but not too much. It keeps you warm but not hot. It's amazing. It is exactly what I wanted in my wardrobe, and I am just so excited about the fact that I designed it and I was able to create exactly what I wanted. It feels so good. So the yarn that I use is Obi Crochet Big O, and I'm forgetting the name of the colorway, which makes me frustrated. I can't remember the name, but it is, I talk about it a lot in that vlog video, which again is linked down below, so check that out. But yeah, I use Big O. I use a large crochet hook to get the perfect gauge, to get it, nice and drapey and oversized. Obviously sized it in such a way to make it oversized as well. It uses only the double crochet stitch for the body, and then it has a border and hem on the sleeves that is single crochet. So it is a really beginner project. which is definitely what I was going for. I want anybody to be able to make this cardigan, and if you know how to crochet, you can totally make it. So it's very simple, very beginner friendly, so quick. All in all, this really took me about 4 hours. And so it was really a cardigan in a day. Now, obviously, I make the smaller size in the pattern, and I fully understand the fact that, it's not going to be as quick for other people to make it as maybe it was for me. But it is still a super quick project, and I can't wait to have you guys make it. It's going to be so much fun to see all of your projects. So, anyway, that's my first finished object. I have worn it. I took pictures in it the day that I finished it, and the day after because it was too dark when I took the first photo shoot, so I had to do it again the next day. Things that you should really think about. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I finished. I totally just choked myself. Anyway, I finished it in a day, got pictures, and then wore it a couple of days later for my mom's birthday, for her dinner, and then I went to church this morning. So it's been great. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I'm going to love it. I've already planned a second one. I'm going to be using a different yarn to kind of show how it looks in different styles of yarn, maybe a little bit more of an inexpensive version. Of course, you can use whatever yarn that you desire, but it would also be amazing in fingering held triple. Just throw that out there. Oh my gosh, countless ideas. But anyway, I'm super excited about this pattern. I love it so far. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's so cozy. Alrighty, so that is my first finished object. And then next up, kind of talking about my mom's birthday again, I knit her a pair of socks. So if you have been following me or watching this channel for a while, you will know that I tend to make something for all of the birthdays in my family. I'm one of 6 in my family, one of 4 kids. And this year I have designed a pair of socks for that person and named them after that person in a way that I thought suited them, and then gave them the pair of socks on their birthday. And mom was no different. So this new pattern is going to be coming out soon. It's a couple of months away. I'm going to be making another sample for myself and then finishing up all of the pattern details and all of that. So it's still a few weeks away for sure, but I love this pattern, and it's exactly what I wanted to create, and they suit her so well. So these are going to be called the library socks. They are inspired by kind of books on a shelf. So if you hold the sock in the front so that you can see the stitch pattern, each little garter ridge, I know it's getting blown out just a little bit because the colors are so different from what I'm wearing right now, but these little garter ridges kind of imitate like a new shelf string, and then the ribbed columns imitate books. So, it's not like a picture perfect, picture of a bookshelf, but I just thought it was a special way to kind of imitate that look. And I absolutely love how they turned out. So this is going to be a DK weight sock pattern. The yarn that I used, if you're curious, is, let me get the name correctly, Lorna's Laces Sportmate, and this colorway is called Hawthorne. It's a really pretty color. I actually got it when a yarn store near me was closing down, and my mom eyed it and just absolutely loved the colors. And so I knew I wanted to create something for her specifically out of them, and I knit her a pair of socks, which was so fun. And I actually have just a little bit left. I have this much left of a 100 gram skein. And so I am probably going to put this into my scrappy blanket or something like that. But yeah, it's so special, so fun. I love how they turned out. I knit them this week. I knit them last minute. I knit the second sock in a day. Anyway, I don't know why I do that to myself, but I got them done, and that's the most important thing. I also wrote her a little poem to go along with the gift, which was really special, and I don't know, it kind of just came to me. I'm not going to lie, I've never really written a poem before. I don't know, it was a special gift, and she is so loved, and it was so special to be able to celebrate her on Friday. So, anyway, that is my next finished object. And then I have 2 more of those. Can you believe it? So next up, I have my October socks. Now I'm going to try to grab my sock blockers, but I have 2 different sizes in this basket. So it is really hard to get the right pair. Let's see, is that? Okay. here we go. So these are the socks that I knit for my October socks. So I had the goal this year to knit a pair of socks a month that somehow relate to that month in whatever way, I see fit. I have knit many, many more pairs of socks than just one a month, for sure. But this is just kind of a special way to make a pair that directly relates to that month. And so that is what these are. These are the French Vanilla Socks by Christy of Yarn Cafe Creations. You can find this pattern on Ravelry. And I just love it. I love this pattern. It was so much fun to make. So simple and super duper quick. So these are just shorty socks, which is why they were so quick. They have this fun little lace detail on about half of the front of the foot. So like if I look at the other one here, you can see that there's a few columns right here of the lace pattern, and then it's just stockinette on the entirety of the rest of the foot. And then I substituted a German short row heel because I've been wanting to kind of try that out and get better at it. I'm not sure how much I love it, if I'm being honest. I've got some kind of weird puckering going on. It's really comfortable to wear. It's just kind of weird to look at. So anyway, definitely still experimenting with that. But I really, really like these socks, and I had so much fun making them. And then the yarn that I used is Knit Picks Hawthorne in the colorway Newport Hand Painted, I think is the right name. So, a really, really beautiful color. Absolutely love it. And like I said, these were a ton of fun to make. I will definitely be making that pattern again in the future because they take so little yarn. It would be a great way to kind of use up some scraps or something like that. Anyway, it was really enjoyable to create. And then one last finished object is another pair of socks. So let me just grab these blockers back. I shouldn't have put them down. Anyway, so these are the pair of socks that I was knitting throughout. I might have started them at the end of September, actually. I know I've been knitting them this whole month, I think. But anyway, this is just a pair of vanilla socks that I wanted to knit for this time of year. They're longer than I typically knit my socks, so they are extra warm and cozy. And here is what they look like. So I used self-striping yarn, and they almost match, but not entirely because there was a little bit of an issue with the way that the colors just kind of came out. Like it was just a weird yarn issue, but they're totally okay and beautiful just the way they are. Like the afterthought heels don't match entirely, but I still really, really love them, and they turned out great. So absolutely love making these. Love this yarn. I have a few more skeins of it, so I'm really excited to be able to use it again later on. Yeah, this is my Success Socks pattern, so you can find it for free in my Ravelry shop or on my blog. And I simply increased the row count of the leg to 60 rows instead of the recommended 40. And that's pretty much the only modification I made. So I really love these. Turned out great. I will definitely be making more long pairs of socks, I think. Yeah, they were super fun and very just mindless. I actually knit a very good portion of these while I have been walking in the evenings and knitting. Haven't done that the past few days because I have been way too busy. But it's been really nice to be able to do that in the evenings. So anyway, very, very fun. Nice way to spend my time for sure. And I love having a vanilla pair of socks on the go. So that is finally it for FOs. This has been the first time in quite a few episodes that I've even had FOs to share. And today we blew it out of the park. I mean, this whole segment is 12 minutes long just talking about FOs. It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I love having finished objects to show you guys. But I do have 2 works in progress to share, so let's go ahead and chat about those. So I am also enjoying some warm coffee because it is finally a little bit chilly here. It's warmed up just a bit today. It's very sunny outside, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I cannot wait to go spend some time outside after I finish filming. But the past couple of days have been very cold, and I absolutely love it. I love the cold weather. I love being able to bundle up. It has been so, so nice. And I love drinking warm coffee, but I only like to do it if I'm cold. Otherwise, I prefer cold coffee. So I'm drinking some warm coffee. I actually added a little bit of milk. I have been drinking my coffee black a lot recently, and I have been really loving that. But I thought the milk would just kind of cool it down a little bit faster. Without diluting it if I, added ice or something. So I'm doing it with some milk, and it is very, very nice. So anyway, I encourage you to grab a beverage for your own. and drink it while you're watching. I always think, like, if I have a beverage or something like that beside me, it is always so hard to actually drink it because I'm the only person talking, and I don't want there to be, like, you know, a 10-second silence in the middle of the video. Sometimes I wish I had somebody else beside me so that they could talk or share a project while I drink my drink or something. But anyway, moving past that, like I said, I have 2 works in progress to share. The first is my quilted sweater coat, which is a pattern by 2 of Wands. I'm obsessed with this pattern. I was hoping to have the back panel finished this week, but I didn't quite get there. I've been working on a lot of things this week, obviously, from the state of my FO segment, but this has definitely made a good bit of progress. I just haven't quite finished the back panel. So that is my goal for the next couple of days. And then I'll move on to the next part of the pattern, but I just love this thing so much. It is going to be so amazing. I adore the stitch pattern. I think it is so cute, and it's so easy. Yeah, I love it so much. I'm using Knit Picks Brava in the colorway Seraphim, and it has been so lovely. I absolutely adore this color, and I'm having a lot of fun making this project. The needles are really large, so it's going pretty quick. Like I said, I just haven't had a whole lot of time to work on it. Like, that's really the only thing. So yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to see it grow. We are actually going on a trip this next weekend, which means I have to record another podcast in like 4 days. So I'm trying to figure out how much I can actually get done before I have to film again. But that aside, I am trying to prepare a couple of projects to take, and I think this is going to be one of them. I haven't quite decided yet, but just because of how mindless it is and how it's only using like one color, it's pretty portable, but it's also pretty big. So I don't know. I am going to have some time to knit though, and I definitely want to maximize that time. So we'll see what I end up taking, but I am very, very excited to keep working on this project. Like I said, this is just the back panel. I'm excited to have it done though. I'm so close. I'm so close. Just a few more repeats. Okay, the only other work in progress that I have made some progress on this week is my Stephen West Shawlography MCAL. I am still working on the cable knit socks from Lily Knits, but I have come to a halt because I don't have enough yarn, and so more yarn is on the way, and I'll be getting those done as soon as possible once that gets here. So I'm going to show my MCAL now. If you don't want to be spoiled, definitely skip ahead to design talk. I will say though, I am not even done with Clue 2. I'm way, way behind, but I am just deciding to make peace with that. This is a very intricate but huge, huge, huge shawl. And I just flat out don't have the time to spend hours a day working on it right now in this current season. So I am just kind of going at my own pace. It will get done when it gets done, and I'm still very much enjoying it, and I am still 100% going to finish it. I'm definitely not going to rip it out or stop working on it or anything like that. I have just obviously fallen behind most other people in the general knit along. So anyway, I'm only on Core 2, but I'm going to go ahead and show it. I have not made a ton of progress this week. And this is so much fun to work on. It's just, you know, I don't have a whole lot of time right now. So last time you saw it, I literally think I was like 6 rows or something crazy like that behind where I am now. But I am working on this slip stitch garter section, and I am absolutely loving the little detail. So that's what I'm currently working on. And that's a really fun section. I really, really like how it's working up. This is the shawl so far. So it is still very, very tiny in the grand scheme of things, obviously. And like I said, I'm way behind, but it's okay. I will say that I am 100% hoping to have it done by the end of the year. That's kind of my goal. I think that that is a very reasonable goal and one that I can definitely achieve. And it might be one that I don't achieve much more before the end of the year. I mean, we only have 2 months left in this year. And it is going to be 2 jam-packed months in like every way possible. And so I am, you know, just kind of working on it here and there when I can, mostly in the evenings. I will also say that one of the holdups for me in this project, and I think it's very important to realize this project is not portable for me. You know, I have 5 big cakes of yarn in my bag. There's typically strands going everywhere. Right now I'm only working with 2 colors, which is really nice, but you know, it's typically a little bit more intricate than that, and regardless of where you are, you need to have all the colors with you at a given time. So it's not that portable of a project. I also have to have the pattern right next to me, and so that kind of holds me up too. Whereas I have realized that I really enjoy projects where they might be more intricate or very textured, but I can take them on the go. I can take them throughout the house and work on them. And that's like a really big selling point for me. And I've realized that that is also how I like to design patterns. So I think it's really important to recognize those little things that kind of make you the best knitter or crocheter or whatever that you can be. And this project, while so much fun, is not that for me. So this is one that I work on in my room, in the peace and quiet. It's also not a mindless project, and like I said, I have a lot going on right now and not much brain space to spare, and so it's been hard to kind of find just the energy to work on it too. So anyway, that is no fault of the pattern. The pattern is genius and completely amazing, and I'm so excited to keep working on this project and finish it and cozy up with it when it's done and just bask in its beauty. But it is slower going than I originally anticipated, and that's totally okay. So anyways, there's that next project. I'm having a lot of fun with it anyway. It's awesome. It is so awesome. It's my first Stephen West pattern. He is an amazing pattern writer. Even if his patterns are complicated, he writes them in such a way that it makes it seem so simple, and it is simple in the grand scheme of things, and that is amazing and really shows how good of a designer he is. Just coming from a designer myself, by no means comparing us. I mean, we are very, 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 very different. But he's pretty cool. So anyway, that's about it for works in progress. I do have a couple of designs to talk about, so let's go ahead and jump into that. Alrighty, so technically Mom Socks is a little bit of design talk too, because I did design them. But like I said, it's going to be a few weeks before that pattern comes out, and I'm going to make an entirely new sample for myself in that process. So I thought I would go ahead and share them as an FO. Now I do have two designs to talk about with you guys, and they are both part of the growing Genesis collection. So the Genesis Messy Bun Beanie was the very first pattern that I ever released, and it was the start of what I hoped would be an amazing adventure, and it is 100% that, and I am so, so very grateful. And so I am working on continuing to grow that collection. So right now I have the Genesis Messy Bun Beanie, the Genesis Beanie, and the Genesis Cowl, I think is the three that I have. And so this year I'm going to be releasing a bulky Genesis Beanie and the Genesis Socks. Let's see how many times we can say Genesis in this podcast episode. But regardless, I'm working on the beanie right now. Now, these are very, I have just started both of these. So I know it's not going to be much to show. But I thought I would go ahead and do it. So, anyway, here's the brim done for the beanie. And I have started the body. I am not far into it yet. I'm using Knit Picks Big O in the colorway Tansy Heather, which is such a beautiful mustard color. It would actually be so stinking cute with the outfit that I have on right now. So that will be happening in the future. But I really, really love this pattern. It's going to be coming out later this month. The pattern is almost entirely done. I am just working on the sequel now. I got the majority of it completed this weekend, which was so, so nice. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for this pattern. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to release it. And I'm really, really excited to be able to share it with you guys. So that is the first pattern. And then the second, I am working on my second Genesis sock. So these socks are also going to be releasing this month. I have one sock complete, and I wanted to share it with you guys, but I don't know where it went. It might be in here, possibly. Let's see if I can quickly find it. I don't think I can. I'm not sure where the other sock went. I'll have to locate that. But I have finished the cuff of the second one. And I have just barely, I haven't even started the leg of the sock yet. So, unfortunately, you can't really see the texture. But I absolutely love this color. It's Knit Pick Stroll in the colorway Treasure. And it's my favorite mustard. Just like this tone is my absolute favorite. I love it so very much. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, highly recommend this color of Knit Pick Stroll. And I'm really excited to release this pattern. Now, one other thing that I wanted to mention in Design Talk, now it's kind of, I guess it's kind of more business talk because, and I could share it in the life update maybe, but I just kind of want to throw it out there. So I'm currently working on building an advent calendar for my dear friend Eden of Craft and Quake and Made. I am so excited. We are exchanging advent calendars this year. It's going to be my first time ever having a Yarny one to open. And of course I am building home one as well. And it has been an absolute blast, and it has gotten my gears turning for just how I can do this in the future. So I kind of want your input on two things. And also, before I jump into this question, I know that there can be an issue with the stinking comments here on YouTube. I apologize for that. It is not me, it's YouTube. Definitely still working on trying to get it fixed, but I promise I'm working on it. Hopefully one day it will be fixed completely. But it's also out of my hands. I have the ability to turn them off and on, but I don't control when they go off. Something with YouTube does, and I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, so if you want to respond to this question, the idea that I'm about to share with you, and the comments are off, hopefully they won't be, but please send me an email to thegracefultangle@gmail.com. That info will be down below, or you can send me a DM on Instagram if that's easier. And please let me know your opinion, because I love to communicate and interact with you guys. I just know that YouTube comments are frustrating, and I really do apologize for that. So don't hesitate to reach out just because of that, please. So anyway, this little idea. So I have been building some stitch markers, and I was curious as to if y'all would be interested in me selling stitch markers and progress keepers in my Etsy shop. So they'd be pretty inexpensive and just kind of fun and sporadic, and just a little way to, I don't know, just put more in my Etsy shop besides just patterns. And so definitely let me know if you'd be interested in that, because I have been having so much fun. It's been so therapeutic, and I love it. And I was curious as to if you guys would be interested in that. I put a poll earlier today on Instagram, and so far it's gearing toward yes. You would love to see that, but of course a lot goes into starting something like that, and so I definitely want to see if you guys are interested first. And then on that same note, now this is not something that can happen this year. It would be something that would start next year, because it's too late in the season to start now. But I have been building Eden this advent calendar, and it has been absolutely amazing. And literally all I have done is wound some of my scraps into mini skeins, and it has been a blast. And so I want to know if you guys would be interested in receiving an advent calendar, like purchasing it through my Etsy shop, receiving it in the mail, and it would come loaded with a whole bunch of goodies such as minis, stitch markers, little candy that, you know, can last a long time, nothing that will melt, of course, or anything like that. And you can open it throughout the month of December, and it would be a complete surprise. Like, you wouldn't know what colors the mini skeins were. They would all be the same weight based on what you've chosen, but the colors would be completely random. I even thought about maybe designing a pattern to go along with the set. So just let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. Like I said, have been having a lot of fun with this project, and it's been very unique. And I thought it would be so fun to just kind of compile, like, a whole bunch of my scraps from, like, a whole bunch of other indie yarn dyers and other companies, and, you know, kind of giving them to you, or selling them to you, really, in this case. So just let me know if that would be something that you'd be interested in for Christmas 2022. Yeah, I'm really excited about that little idea, and I'm curious to know your input, so definitely let me know. Stitch markers and future advent calendars. Yeah, I'm excited. I've been itching to kind of find a couple more ways to just contribute to this community and kind of place my little mark on it, and I thought this would be a really, really fun way to do that. So definitely reach out and let me know. Now with that, let's hop into a devotional and a life update. So for devotion today, I wanted to talk about a verse that has stood out to me this past week. Ever since I started reading Colossians and going through that with you guys, I have just continued reading about a chapter a day in the New Testament, and I'm currently in 2 Timothy, and it has been so beautiful to just take some time to read every day and just to bask in His goodness and His presence and His wisdom. And I wanted to share a specific verse from chapter 1 of 2 Timothy that stood out to me, and I wanted to encourage you with it. It says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." And that sounds like such a simple verse, but it is so beautiful. It's just putting into words who God made us to be and how He made us. And that to me is so eye-opening. And the fact that, you know, I can be confident in him and who made me to be is so relieving, honestly. Some people struggle with confidence. I do in some ways myself, but some people are more prone to be confident, others less. And so I just want to encourage you that God gave us a spirit of confidence. And while our personalities are different and we might not be as, you know, outward and open as some other people, we might be more introverted or to ourselves, that's beautiful too. And there's power in that. But we are called to be confident in the person God made us to be. And we are called to be confident Christians in sharing him and sharing his love and grace wherever we go. And I think there's so much beauty in just really taking in the fact that it's okay to be both confident and calm, maybe at the same time. Calm and or confident and quiet, maybe at the same time. So, like, you know, be confident about who God is and how you can share his love wherever you go, but be quiet in the fact if that's your personality, right? And so I hope that was encouraging for you today. I just love this verse, and so many verses in 2 Timothy have really stood out to me, and that one was no different, and so I wanted to be sure to take some time to share with you. I have been also listening to a whole bunch of songs recently, and so I'm excited to kind of dive into those a little bit more and talk about them in future episodes, because there's just been so many things that God has been teaching me personally, and I want to share it with y'all. I want to share him with you guys, and that is such a big part of who I am in this business and how I run it. And so I definitely want to make that, you know, clear and just share his goodness with all of you guys. So anyway, in terms of a little bit of a life update, school has been crazy. It has been a very busy semester, and it has kind of been one where all of my classes are online, and so sometimes the professors upload content quickly, and sometimes they don't. And it turns out that this week is when they decided to just put it all out there all at once to stress everybody out. Anyway, we were on the final stretch before exams and the conclusion of this semester, and so it's pretty stressful and rigorous getting everything done before the finals and like last assignments, and, you know, making sure your grades are up and where they need to be and all of the fun things that go into that. So it's been a very busy week school-wise and work-wise and business-wise. Instagram is growing, which makes me so happy, and I am very excited to put out more content constantly. I feel very inspired lately, and even like with this new stitch marker idea, I am just so hopeful about that and so excited to share that idea more with you guys. And just kind of, you know, definitely my focus of this business is designing, and it will always be that way, I think. But there are so many other ways that I would love to contribute to this community, and I'm really excited to continue to find those. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing week, and until next time, happy making. Bye.